We've talked a little bit about the Philadelphia Museum of Art and its different types of collections for Himalayan and Tibetan. I think we've done an introductory video, and then we've done a video on the Nepalese painting masterworks. Now, there's another strength that the Philadelphia Museum of Art has, and they have a number of strengths actually, and but another strength that they have is art of the Sakya tradition of Buddhism, of Tibetan Buddhism. And there's a number of paintings that we can look at that are really important. They've been well published, they've been well exhibited, and they are known. But it's good to group them in terms of their religious context rather than their style or chronology or specific subjects such as meditational deity, mandala, or teacher. So looking at the Sakya paintings, we've already talked about a Chakrasambhara painting, large format, and we've talked about a Mahakala, Panjanata, under the Nepalese painting masterwork. So we don't need to really talk about those two at this time. Then they have a Vajradhara painting that belongs to an important set. And we find, I think we know of 4 in total. We have one that's in Boston. We have one in a private collection in New York. And then we have a 4th one that's sold out of, I think, Germany some 3.5 decades ago. So we don't know the whereabouts at this time. But this is an important set because it was actually commissioned by Ngorchen Kunguzangpo, the founder of the Ngor sub-school of Sakya. So that's a very important work. So that's like the Lamdre lineage set, number 1. Then we have a second Lamdre lineage set with 3 paintings in Philadelphia. There's 3 paintings in Philadelphia, and there's 2 other paintings that are known. I believe one is in Cleveland, and then the other one is in a private kind of museum in Zurich, Switzerland. And this is a later version. This is like a 16th century version of the Lamdre lineage, again, of the Sakya tradition. But actually a wonderful, wonderful set of paintings, beautiful style, beautiful 16th century style. Then we have actually what appears to be a single painting of a Ngor teacher of, again, the sub-school of Sakya. And this one is really quite fascinating. It has lots of inscriptions. We know something about it because the lineage ends with Sharchen Ludingpa, but not the one who is a teacher of Ngorchen Kunguzangpo, but a later one, because he follows the Ngor Khenchen Kunchok Lundrup. So we're looking at maybe 1530s right now. So this painting was most likely done in the mid 16th century, and it appears to belong to the Luding Labrang of Ngor Monastery. Lots of really fascinating iconographic elements with a Vignantika Hunkara figure on the left side, a black Manjushri, a very rare form, one that's primarily composed or changed by Guge Pandita Trakpa Gyaltsen. And then at the very bottom, we have the Pishasi sisters, Yuku Chesum. So it's a very unusual painting, lovely style. Again, it's 16th century. Now, we also have Vajradhara and 8 mahasiddhas, and this piece is one of it's included in Masterworks because it's such a wonderful piece. And again, this is early. This is 15th century, and it's the Vajrasana system as opposed to the Abhayakara Gupta or any of the other systems. It's the Vajrasana, and that's a single painting. It doesn't belong to a set. Then we have a very unusual painting, because it shows us, it's really kind of on a gold background, so it's all outlined. There's very little color to it, a little bit of red, a little bit of black, but otherwise it's It's just dark brownish ochre lines on a gold background. But it's really quite unique. I think we have maybe 3 paintings that are like this on the Har website. And what it is, it's a 17 different iconographic forms of Vajradhara, according to the Sakya school of Tibetan Buddhism. And so it's very rare, unusual, unique, but actually it's also lovely, lovely drawing, very well executed, and also a masterwork in its own right. Now, what we didn't talk about is the 6 mandalas that are within the Sakya tradition, sort of kind of masterworks of the Philadelphia Museum of Art, looking at it through what are Sakya tradition paintings. And the mandalas we will treat separately. Some of them we've already looked at a little bit under an introduction to the collection, but we'll deal with the 6 mandalas at a later date. So we'll leave it there. You can press like, you can subscribe, you can join Har on Patreon, and you can make a donation directly on the homepage of Himalayan Art Resources.